Ever wondered how often you use decimals in your daily life? From splitting a bill with friends to measuring ingredients for a recipe, decimals are everywhere. And they're a huge part of the GED math test. But don't worry, mastering them is easier than you think. In this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about decimals. From the basics to the tricky stuff, Suze will cover what decimals are, how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide them. And even how to switch between decimals and fractions. So, what exactly is a decimal? Think of it as a way to write a number that isn't whole. It's a part of a whole, just like a fraction. Imagine $1. A dime is 1/10 of that dollar, or 0.10. A penny is 1/100, or 0.01. The numbers after the decimal point show these smaller parts. The first spot is the tenths place, the next is the hundredths, then the thousandths, and so on. Understanding this place value is the key to everything else. Let's start with adding and subtracting decimals. The most important rule here is to line up the decimal points. Nah, what about multiplication? This is where it gets a little different. You don't need to line up the decimal points. Let's multiply 2.5 by 0.3. First, just ignore the decimals and multiply 25 by 3, which gives you 75. Now, count the total number of decimal places in the original numbers. 2.5 has 1 decimal place, and 0.3 has 1 decimal place. That's a total of 2 decimal places. So, in your answer, 75, you need to place a decimal point 2 spots from the right. That gives you 0.75. It's that simple. Multiply normally, then count the places. Dividing decimals can seem intimidating, but we can simplify it. Let S divide 6.8 by 2. The main goal is to make the number you're redividing by the divisor a whole number. Here, it already is, so you just bring the decimal point straight up into your answer and divide as usual. 2 goes into 6 3 times and into 8 4 times. So, 6.8 divided by 2 is 3.4. What if the divisor has a decimal, like 7.5 divided by 1.5? You need to move the decimal in the divisor, 1.5, to the right to make it a whole number. 15. Since you moved it one place, you must also move the decimal in 7.51 place to the right, Being able to switch between decimals and fractions is a super useful skill for the GED. Let's convert the decimal. 0.75 to a fraction. Look at the last digit's place value. The 5 is in the hundredths place. So, you write the number 75 over 100. Then, just simplify the fraction. Both numbers can be divided by 25. 75 divided by 25 is 3, and 100 divided by 25 is 4. So, 0.75 is the same as 3/4. To go from a fraction to a decimal, you just divide the top number by the bottom number. For 3/4, you divide 3 by 4, which gives you 0.75. Okay. Let's try a quick practice problem, Jet2 style. A recipe calls for 2.5 cups of flour, but you only want to make half a batch. How much flour do you need? You would divide 2.5 by 2. Remember our division rule. The divisor is already a whole number. So, 2 goes into 2 once, bring up the decimal point. 2 goes into 5 twice with a remainder of 1. Add a 0, and 2 goes into 10 5 times. The answer is 1.25 cups, so let's recap. We learned that decimals are parts of a whole, just like fractions. For adding and subtracting, always line up the decimal points. For multiplying, multiply first, then count the total decimal places for your answer. For dividing, make your divisor a whole number by moving the decimal, and move the decimal in the dividend the same number of places. And finally, converting is all about place value and simple division. You've got this. Keep practicing, and you'll ace the decimal questions on your GED test. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more GED math tips.